Happy Easter, everyone. Thanks for joining here. My name is Hunter with Weather on the Go, and in today's weather forecast, the main messaging will be for significant severe weather on Monday and Tuesday to start April. We'll be diving into the details on what you can expect with that outbreak, as well as a significant snowstorm possible later in the week with several inches of accumulation where that could be, and also updates on the solar eclipse forecast for Monday, April 8th. Next Monday, we'll be detailing the forecast later on in today's weather forecast. Thank you guys so much for watching here this morning. If you are new and you like detailed, accurate weather forecasts throughout this year, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and the like button, the thumbs up button down below. It helps out more than you know. And let's look here at today's severe weather threat for portions of the Midwest and Ohio Valley. We do have a warm front that is draped across that region, and we do have a slight risk of severe weather. That's a level 2 out of 5 on the scale, and this stretches from far southeastern Iowa and northeast Missouri through portions of south central Illinois into central portions of Indiana and far southwestern Ohio today. And looking at the threat as well and diving more into it, a tornado threat is there for northeast Missouri, across the land of Lincoln here, especially for Springfield, down towards St. Louis, stretching over to Indianapolis and near Louisville today. We do have a 2% shading for tornadoes, so an isolated tornado or two will be possible. Let's look here at your lightning flash density, and this shows you where thunderstorms could be possible on here. The brighter the color, the more intense the storm could be. And you can see this morning a couple showers, a couple thunderstorms over here into northwest northern Missouri, and then as we move through the afternoon, those will move eastward here toward the tri-state area, southeastern Iowa, northeast Missouri into west central Illinois. And then as we go into the evening, we have scattered thunderstorms developing from the Midwest, stretching across the warm front there into the Ohio River Valley. And a few of these storms could be severe, damaging wind gusts, some severe hail, potentially quarter size, and also looking at an isolated tornado or two going into the evening hours. Looking at the rainfall amounts for your Easter Sunday, you can see the heaviest rains will be across portions there of northern and central Illinois, stretching over to northern Indiana, northwest Ohio. That's the corridor where we could be picking up a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain going into your Monday morning commute to start your Monday there on the early week. And you can see our new storm system, we turn our attention out to the west. A new trough will be moving into the desert southwest on Monday and stretching out into the southern plains. And this is the start of our significant severe weather outbreak as this system really matures as it pushes to the east as we go into Tuesday, and especially on Wednesday. We have colder air coming down from Canada, meeting some energy from the subtropical jet, and that's going to bring a very big dynamic system for early April across the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, and the Northeast. We'll talk more about that for Wednesday here shortly. But let's look here at Monday. So we have a severe weather outbreak, significant one, that is on display here on Monday from eastern portions of Oklahoma, southeastern portions of Kansas, northwestern Arkansas, downstate Missouri around the Ozarks region, and stretching over here into southern Illinois, far southwestern portions of Indiana. That's an enhanced risk of severe weather there. That's a level 3 out of 5, but the slight risk also stretches over towards Cincinnati, Louisville, and then even as far south as the Dallas-Fort Worth area on Monday as well. Looking at the risks, so as these storms start to develop initially, they will be very efficient hail producers. So some very large hail in this hatched area here from Missouri and down here into eastern Oklahoma. We could be seeing 2-inch or larger variety hailstones in this corridor as supercell thunderstorms develop. And then as we start to move eastward, right along that warm front and into the warm sector from the Missouri Ozarks region around Branson over here just south of St. Louis into the Carbondale area, maybe just north of there into southern Illinois. We have a 10% but hatched area for a couple of stronger long track tornadoes during your Monday time frame. But the tornado threat stretches all the way over here into southern Ohio, northeast Kentucky, and West Virginia, all the way down almost to the Rio Grande Valley as we go into Monday. And you can see the severe wind threat as well, where we could see wind gusts over 60 miles per hour, especially again in this red shaded color. So let's look here at the parameters in which we could see severe weather tomorrow on your Monday. And you can see surface-based CAPE, the convective available potential energy, otherwise known as instability, will be there across portions of Texas, up into Oklahoma, into Missouri there, Arkansas, into Kansas, stretching over through the Ohio River Valley, right along and south of that warm front. In the warm sector, it'll be tapping into those 1,000 to 2,000 joules per kilogram of instability. Very nice looking mid-level jet in the 500 millibar layer intersecting that instability. So not only do we have energy for thunderstorms, but we also have wind energy as well. So that's going to help to organize these storms, and the low-level jet will be there, and that could help rotate some of these thunderstorms and produce tornadoes on Monday. So let's look here at your lightning flash density starting Monday morning, the Monday morning commute. Thunderstorms and severe weather may be possible as early as Monday morning across Missouri here into central Illinois near that warm front. These would likely be large hail producers. We're probably not talking tornadoes or damaging winds in the morning, but as we go into the afternoon, here comes the dry line, here comes the cold front, and we have to watch the warm front to the north as well through the Midwest Ohio Valley region for some rotating supercells. Very large hail producers here from Tulsa down to Oklahoma City and perhaps down just east of Wichita Falls. We really need to keep an eye on those very large hail producers. Tornado threat to the north. We'll watch that into Missouri and downstate Illinois Monday afternoon. And then this all will congeal eventually into a squall line, or what we call a QLCS, where we start to see more damaging winds, hail, and some tornadoes embedded in the leading edge of the line going into Monday night. And this could also lead to a flash flooding risk across the Ohio River Valley as these areas see training thunderstorms through Monday night. Then as we go into Tuesday, an upgrade to an enhanced risk, another level 3 out of 5 here. This time for southeastern Indiana, north central and eastern portions of Kentucky, southern Ohio, into western West Virginia there. Slight risk extending all the way over to the Delmarva and all the way down here into northern Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, and through Tennessee. So another large-scale severe weather threat as we go into Tuesday. See, the same parameters are there. We still have instability, maybe not as strong as on Monday, but this time of year, you don't need a lot of strong instability because we have a lot of wind energy in the atmosphere. So we have the 500 to 1,000 joules per kilogram instability, but an even stronger mid-level jet on Tuesday will compensate for the lack of instability, and the low-level jet appears stronger on Tuesday. So I think a tornado threat around Kentucky region into southern Ohio, into West Virginia will definitely be a real threat as we go into Tuesday. So Tuesday morning, likely unimpeded, we still could be seeing severe weather warnings across portions of the Tennessee, Ohio River Valley, large hail producers mainly. We'll be keeping an eye on all three modes. And then into the Tuesday afternoon time frame, another broken line of showers and supercell thunderstorms, and these could be producing damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes from Ohio and West Virginia through Kentucky, Tennessee, and as far south there as portions of Mississippi and Alabama. And then that will start to move eastward toward the Atlanta area as we go into Tuesday evening, Tuesday night time frame, and the coverage and intensity will start to wane as we go deeper into Tuesday night. Let's look at Wednesday though, because as we go into Wednesday, the cold front shifts off the coast, so the severe weather threat comes to an end, and the cold side of the storm starts to rear its ugly head again as we have more very cold air coming down from Canada and mixing with the precip shield here, and that could turn that rain over to snow for the upper Great Lakes, perhaps Michigan, eastern Wisconsin, Green Bay, down to Milwaukee, the Chicago lakefront there, down towards South Bend, Gary, Indiana, and then interior New England as well. More of a significant event on Thursday across Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York State, into western Massachusetts. The colder air, it's only going to be into the 20s and 30s, but that's just enough cold air for snow, and it'll be piling up there on Thursday and continuing into your Friday morning commute as the middle of the country though starts to dry out. But look to the west, another storm system coming in for next weekend, so a very active pattern we are in. So let's look at the total rainfall accumulation through next Sunday, a week from today, through Sunday, April 7th, and you can see very heavy rain stretching from the mid-Atlantic through the Ohio Valley into the Midwest here. And this could lead to around an inch to an inch and a half of some rainfall accumulation, maybe even some areas up to as much as 6 inches worth of rain. So a very, very volatile weather situation with a very heavy rain, flash flooding, and severe weather. And then on the cold side, we have some snow. So very heavy snows in the northeast, heavier snows out west. And let's start out there, and you can see the Cascades getting some decent snows over here into Washington State, into Oregon. The Sierras getting around a foot or so of snow. The Rockies out here getting several inches of snow through your Sunday, April 7th time frame. And then a more significant snowstorm for interior New England. We're talking Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, upstate New York, into Massachusetts there, especially western and central Massachusetts. We could be talking at least 6 inches worth of snow, but some areas could see over a foot of snow going through that Sunday, April 7th timeframe. We'll be fine-tuning this as we do get closer. Let's look at the long-range forecast through the middle of April, going through Saturday, April 13th. We have a ridge out across the east, so above normal temperatures will be favored Great Plains on east, and then west toward the Rockies in the western U.S., we have below normal temperatures with more of these troughs coming in. And with more of these troughs moving in, intersecting the warm, moist, unstable air, as we have an open Gulf of Mexico, dew points will be rising, instability will be rising again. More severe weather outbreaks will be possible between now and the middle of April. So we'll be keeping an eye on that for the Mississippi Valley and the Great Plains. And it does look like the Rio Grande Valley in south central Texas does have the most likely chance for above normal precip out of the entire United States going through that time frame. And let's look at your total solar eclipse forecast. So this is your 500 millibar height anomaly for Monday, April 8th. Another large trough out here just off the coast of California and a ridge to the east, much like we just showed you with warmer temperatures. But let's look at your probability of over 50% cloud cover on Monday, April 8th for the solar eclipse. And you can see really not looking good down here across the southern plains, the central plains. And then into the Ohio Valley, looks to be pretty cloudy. Over 50% of us will be seeing cloud cover. And you can see into the northeast here, like Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, maybe upstate New York, near Massachusetts there. In the path of totality, we do have a lower probability of cloud cover, over 50% coverage, down to around a 10, 20, 30%. So a better chance of seeing the total solar eclipse up there than you do in the Ohio Valley, the central, or the southern plains. So we'll keep you updated as we do get closer. But here's the precipitation that the European model is putting out for Monday. This is midday around the noon, 1, 2 o'clock time frame, and you can see showers and a few thunderstorms in the path of totality here, and naturally you'll see cloud cover obviously with that. So definitely not looking good from the Ohio Valley through the portions of the central or the southern plains for that time frame. We'll keep you covered on this. If you do like detailed, accurate weather forecasts, consider subscribing to the channel down below. Like the video down below by giving it a thumbs up. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you so much for all your support, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Easter out there.